Good morning. I am Udharima Datta, Zoology and Biology educational content creator. Now content for B.SC Zoology Honors, M.SC Zoology, CUET PG and CSNet Life Sciences. Paper non-chordates or invertebrate zoology, unit Nemathelminthes, and topic is type of worm. At first, we will know about the hookworms. Hookworms are so named because the anterior end curves dorsally suggesting a hook. The most common species is Necator americanus, whose females are up to 11 mm long. Males can reach 9 mm in length. Large plates in their mouths cut into the intestinal mucosa of the host where they suck blood and pump it through their intestine, partially digesting it and absorbing the nutrients. Next, they suck much more blood than they need for food, and heavy infections cause anemia in patients. Next, hookworm disease in children may result in related mental and physical growth and a general loss of energy. Next, eggs pass in phases and juveniles hatch in the soil where they live on bacteria. When human skin comes in contact with infected soil, infected juveniles burrow through the skin to the blood, reach the lungs, and finally the intestine in a manner similar to the described for ascaris. Next is Trichinella worm. Trichinella spiralis is one of several species of tiny nematodes responsible for potentially lethal disease, that is trichinosis. Adult worms burrow in the mucosa of the small intestine where female produce living young. Juveniles penetrate blood vessels and are carried throughout the body where they may be found in almost any tissue or body space. Eventually, they penetrate skeletal muscle cells, becoming one of the largest known intracellular parasites. Juveniles cause astonishing redirection of gene expression in their host cells, which loses its striation and becomes a nurse cell that nourishes the worm. When raw or poor cooked meat containing encysted juveniles is swallowed, the worm are liberated into the intestine where they mature. Trichinella species can infect a wide variety of mammals in addition to humans, including hogs, rats, cats, and dogs. Next, hogs become infected by eating garbage containing pork scrap with juveniles or by eating infected rats. Next, pinworms. Pinworms or Enterobius species cause the relatively little disease, but they are most common nematode parasites in the United States, estimated at 30% of all children and 60% of adults. Adult parasites live in the large intestine and cecum. Females up to about 12 mm in length migrate to the anal region at night to lay their eggs, scratching the resultant itch effectively contaminated hands and bedclothes. Eggs develop rapidly and become infected within 6 hours at body temperature. When they are swallowed, they hatch in the duodenum and the worm mature in the large intestine. Next, filarial worms. At least 8 species of filarial nematodes infect humans, and some of these are major causes of disease. Some 120 million people in tropical countries are infected with Wuchereria bancrofti or Brugia malai, which places this species among the source scourge of humanity. The worms live in the lymphatic system and females are as long as 10 centimeter. Disease symptoms are associated with inflammation and obstruction of the lymphatic system. Females releases live young teeny microfilaria into the blood and lymphatic system. As they feed, mosquito ingested microfilaria, which develop inside the mosquito to the infective stage. They escape from the mosquito when it is feeding again on a human and penetrate the wound made by the mosquito bite. The dramatic manifestation of elephantiasis are produced occasionally after long and repeated exposure to reinfection. The condition is marked by an excessive growth of connective tissue and aneroma swelling of affected parts such as the scrotum, legs, arms, and more rarely the vulva and breasts. Another filarial worm causes river blindness, that is onchocerciasis, and is carried by a black flies. It infects more than 37 million people in parts of Africa, Arabia country, Central America and South America. Now the topic has ended. Next day I will discuss about the nemathelminthes, general characteristics and classification of the nemathelminthes. Please subscribe my YouTube channel Biogenesis by Madhurima and follow my Facebook channel Madhurima Datta.